Here's the bottom line. It's only once you've done all four of those things that you as a leader have earned the right to hire sales and marketing people and point them in the right direction and set them up for success.
Hey, welcome back everybody. And hey, I've got Tony Hughes with me again. Hello, Tony. How are you?
Hey, John, looking forward to the conversation.
Oh, so am I. This is top of my list, I tell you. I really want to understand, Tony. I want to have a conversation about what's the foundation we need to put in place as sales leaders as we go into the future to really grow our business, develop and accelerate our sales. The world's changing and it's very challenging in these times. What are the things we need to keep top of mind?
Yeah, so here's my view. This is highly relevant for anyone in a startup or scale up as an entrepreneur, a business leader, or a sales leader. These are the things to me that are just so important. The very first thing we need to nail and get right is product market fit.
Product market fit. Okay.
Product market fit.
Okay,
yes.
So define that for me, if you don't mind, Tony.
So you need strong intrinsic value in what it is you're taking to market. Don't assume that you're going to hire salespeople that will be sales magicians to magically be able to win deals when you don't have strong product market fit. So in essence, what that really means is ask yourself the tough question of, do I solve a serious problem for people that will have the money to pay for it? Really, really critical. So do you have strong product market fit? Is this a must have or a nice to have? People have often used the metaphor of selling vitamin tablets versus headache tablets. So if you're selling a headache tablet, people will pay to remove the pain, but a vitamin tablet, a lot of people argue, well, that just makes my urine turn bright green. It doesn't necessarily solve any big problem for me at all. So have clarity about product market fit. On top of that, you then make sure that you understand your ideal customer profile. So know your ICP. The whole world is not a market. So understand the attributes of organizations that are a good fit for you. That'll be things like they'll be in certain cities or geographies. They'll be of a certain size. If you sell technology, they may have other technologies already in their organization. What's the psychographic and demographic attributes of that organization as well? Are they growing? Are they going through crisis? Are they expanding overseas? So you need clarity about what defines or constitutes an ideal customer profile so that you know which organizations you're looking for in the marketplace. Around geo verticals is probably the most basic one.
I totally agree, Tony. It's so important, and I find too many organisations using a shotgun out there, and really they don't understand that if they were to focus instead of on 100 potential customers down to the 10 ideal fit, and then their productivity goes through the roof. They've got less churning and less activity happening. And they're really focused. And by the way, that leads to less numbers in a pipeline or less numbers in the sales funnel, which is not necessarily bad. Everybody thinks we've got to fill that funnel, but the fact is, if we fill or have the funnel half full with top quality customers or prospective customers, it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It's so true, John. The worst thing you can have as a leader is salespeople with false hope in their sales funnel or forecast. You want the deals to be real, and you want them investing not just their precious resources, because salespeople cost a lot of money to run, but they drag other resources from the organizations in with them as they sell. You want them focused on where there's the highest propensity to buy, where the win rates are going to be higher. And I often say, what you're looking for in the marketplace is alignment rather than opportunities for evangelism. If you're trying to convert people all of the time, that's typically an expensive process with a low win rate. You're looking for where there's strong alignment. So the first thing is strong intrinsic value, product market fit in what you offer, and ask yourself the brutal question and answer honestly. Do we solve a serious problem where there's a strong business case for investing in change with us? On top of that, you then make sure you understand ideal customer profile. Here's the third thing. On top of those two, you go to the third thing, which is know your buyer personas. So when you go to those ideal customer profile organizations, there'll be certain people, roles you'll engage with to get a sale. So make sure you've documented your buyer personas. How are they measured in their role? What's important to them? What are their challenges and stresses? Where do they go and learn online? And what that feeds into is the fourth thing. Once you understand them, you can then create what you think is the right narrative, a narrative for engaging those people that speaks to how they can improve results in their role.
And without those first three things, you have no chance of creating the narrative, right?
Bang on, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so true, because trying to create a buyer persona without understanding those things before it makes it very difficult. And here's the thing, here's the bottom line. It's only once you've done all four of those things, certainly the first three, absolutely the first three, ideally all four, that you as a leader have earned the right to hire sales and marketing people and point them in the right direction and set them up for success. If you're expecting sales and marketing people to figure this out, you're going to waste a lot of time, money, and resources and have an unacceptably high level of failure.
It saddens me greatly to see so often a very successful salesperson is attracted to another organization, and they get in there and they fail, and it's for the reasons you're talking about. The first three and maybe even the fourth item are not in place, and the salesperson can't create it all for themselves. You know, they're not magicians. You're the organization. You understand your organization. You understand your ideal customers, and you understand the people you're been selling to in the past. You define all that for the sales guy, and even build the narrative for them. They can then use their skills to go out and be successful. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's true, because salespeople need strong intrinsic value that they're working with, on which they can layer the extrinsic value of the way they engage the client. If they've got good commercial acumen, they can then start to go and discover with the client what the business case looks like for change and help them gather consensus in their organization. But you need strong intrinsic value on which you're going to build sales execution.
I love it, Tony, those four items. So just quickly summarize them again for everybody out there. And I can guarantee for everybody, when you hear these four things again, log them in your brain as sales leaders, because without those four, your salesperson that you hire today will not be successful.
It's true. And the four things are product market fit, then ideal customer profile, buyer personas, nail the narrative. Then people can go and execute.
Tony, thank you very much. That's a very strong message. And for all the sales leaders out there, hopefully you get your arms around that. It will make an enormous difference to your organization and the success of the salespeople you hire. Tony, thank you.
Thanks, John.